Whatever you do, do not tell anyone that you want to become a trader. And I don't care if you're a beginner trader. I don't care if you have a little bit of experience. I don't care if you're already starting to make profit in your trading. Do not tell anyone that you are pursuing trading. And this video is going to save you so much time, so much of your own energy. It's going to save you from headache. It's going to save you from you doubting yourself, from you having self-limiting beliefs because of other people's opinions. And that's why I want you to watch this entire video. It's not going to be a long video. It's going to be very straight to the point, very direct, but I want you to watch it because it's going to genuinely change the way that you think about trading. And I really resonate with this idea of not telling anyone that you want to become a trader, because I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a story here. 5 years ago, my father taught me how to trade. He was my mentor. He is the reason I'm a profitable trader today. Without him, I would not be making money with trading. And I'm incredibly blessed, and I'm very grateful for the fact that my father just happened to become a profitable trader. But when he started learning how to trade, he didn't have a mentor. He had to learn the hard way. He went through years of trial and error, trying different strategies, trying different methodologies. And it literally took him 6-7 years before everything clicked and he started to make money. But throughout that entire process, literally everyone doubted him. Even my mom doubted him. My mom's parents, his family, all of our friends, they all doubted him, and they told him that trading is gambling, that most people don't see success, that it's a waste of time. And he literally stayed determined. He stayed resilient, and he didn't care what other people had to say. You know, it was his dream to become a profitable trader, and he stuck with it. And eventually he started making money with trading. And the funniest part is, everyone who doubted him, like all of his friends, they all asked him to teach them basically as soon as he became profitable, which is really, really funny. But yeah, and I really resonate with this, because if it wasn't for my dad sticking through and, you know, staying determined throughout that entire process of everyone doubting him, I wouldn't be a profitable trader today. I wouldn't even know what trading is. So I'm incredibly grateful and happy that my dad actually stuck with the entire process. And I get it. If you're someone who's starting to learn how to trade, you're really excited about the idea of trading. You're excited about making money like at home, through your computer. You're excited about the freedom that trading brings, right? I get it. You want to tell other people. I'm the same way. I'm a very outgoing person. If I'm pursuing something new, I want to tell others. But when I started to learn how to trade, like when my dad started teaching me, he told me very early on that during the process of me learning, he told me to not tell anyone that I am learning how to trade. He told me not to tell my friends. He told me not to tell my own family. Even though they know that my dad's profitable, he told me to not tell anyone. Because, well, number one, most people aren't going to understand you, and most people are going to honestly doubt you. And I had to basically keep it in until I started making money with trading, and that's when I started telling people. And ultimately, no one is going to get you. No one's going to understand what you're trying to achieve here, because they're going to tell you that trading is gambling, trading is risky. They're going to bring up that one friend that 10 years ago lost all of his or her money in the stock market. They're going to tell you that it's a scam. They're going to tell you that no one succeeds, that 95% of traders don't find any success and lose money. And they're going to tell you to get a job, or to keep your job. Maybe many of you watching this video right now, you have a job, but you want to get out of that 9-to-5 lifestyle. You want to have freedom. You want to have financial independence. You want to be able to work from home. You don't want to rely on a boss. You don't want to commute to work, right? And they would tell you to look for stability, right? But maybe you don't want stability in a job. Maybe you want true freedom and you want to escape out of that. But most people don't understand that. They don't understand what you're trying to pursue, because we are ultimately conditioned by society to go to college, drop $50,000 to $100,000 in tuition, get into crippling debt by taking out student loans, and from there, it's okay to get a $60,000 to $100,000 a year job. And by the way, $100K a year, that's like pushing it. If you get a $100K a year job out of college now, that's like amazing. That's like worth celebrating, right? Save in your 401k, wait for a promotion. Don't take risks in life, right? It's okay to have a boss. Everyone has a boss, right? It's okay that you have one because everyone does. It's okay to live this lifestyle. And then you save and you save and you eventually retire in your 50s. We're conditioned by society that this is the norm, that it's okay to do this. And everyone who kind of pushes this lifestyle, pushes this reality onto you, they're not bad people. But they were conditioned by their family and by society to do the exact same. And I get it. Like, take 40 to 50 years ago, if you went to college and then got a job, you could support a family just through that one income. You know what I mean? But nowadays, you can't do that. Nowadays, if you have a 60, 70, 80K a year job out of college, a lot of, young adults, they have to move in with their parents because they can't afford rent in urban areas, in big cities. They literally can't afford rent. Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? You just got into crippling debt because of college. You barely got like a 70, 80, 90K a year job. Even if you do have a 100K a year job, I mean, everything is expensive. Inflation's moving higher, right? Especially if you live in the city, it's like impossible to live. And I get it. You're someone who, you want to break out of that system. But the fact is, most people, unfortunately, are going to kind of push it onto you, right? And the question is, this is the reality for 90% of people, right? So if you're trying to escape out of this system, why are you listening to them? Why are you telling people your goals and aspirations? Maybe it's not even trading. Let's say it's entrepreneurship. Why are you telling other people that you want to take a risk and start a business? Why are you telling other people that you want to get into trading and pursue freedom and pursue financial independence when they don't understand that type of life? That for them, they were always told that normal life is getting a job, working a 9 to 5 until you retire. That's what they were told their entire life. So when you start learning how to trade and you tell them that you want to pursue this full time, they're going to laugh at you because they just can't imagine that reality. They can't imagine people actually making money with this. And what they have are self-limiting beliefs. They have self-limiting thoughts. In their mind, they can't achieve that. In their mind, trading is gambling and no one succeeds. So when you tell them that you want to pursue it, they're just going to tell you that. They're going to reflect their own thoughts about themselves taking a risk or themselves getting into trading. You know what I mean? And frankly, most people don't even want you to succeed. Like, my dad taught me a harsh reality about life, and he said that most people aren't going to be happy for you. Aside from your immediate family, and if you're lucky, you have some really high quality friends, most people don't want you to succeed, right? And they don't want you to succeed because it's going to change their perspective about their own reality. Like, they tell themselves that, yeah, it's okay to have a 9 to 5 because everyone fails in business, everyone fails in trading, everyone loses their money. And it makes them feel better about themselves, thinking that everyone fails, doing something different, like starting a business or getting into trading. You know what I mean? And they don't want you to succeed because then they're going to have to accept that it's actually possible. And then they're going to question themselves why they didn't do it, why they got a 9 to 5. And honestly, jealousy and envy is a big thing. You start trading, you start making money, most people aren't going to be really all that happy for you, especially your friends and family, right? They're actually going to be kind of envious and they're going to want you to fail. And that's just the harsh truth about reality. So you want to work in silence and you want to let your change in lifestyle do the talking, right? Like, let's say you become a trader, you don't tell anyone, you start making money, boom, now you got like a new investment property. Now you're buying, more Bitcoin. Now you're able to get a new car for yourself. Now you're going on more vacations. Now you're able to buy yourself nicer things, right? That change in lifestyle, that's what they should be seeing. And that's how they're going to know that you're successful, not from you telling others, right? And this is especially true if you haven't seen results yet. Like, if you're not making money with trading, why would you tell anyone? They're all going to doubt you. Like, unless you're talking to other traders and entrepreneurs, and that's why I think community is such an important element of finding success in trading. Unless you're talking to other traders or entrepreneurs, no one's going to get you. And they're going to tell you that you're gambling. They don't even want to accept the reality where you can become successful with trading because it's going to hurt their own ego. That's the thing. You know what I mean? So save all this time and energy and self-doubt. right? Because you could be super excited about your trading. You talk to someone, then they start to give you stats. Oh, 95% of day traders fail. Everyone loses their money. And then all of a sudden, even though you're feeling good about your trading, you start to have self-doubt. Now you have self-limiting beliefs. Self-limiting beliefs, it's like contagious. All of a sudden, you don't even think it's a reality anymore just because of someone else's opinions, right? It doesn't make any sense. You need to understand that anything is possible. That's something I realized. Anything is possible as long as you work hard, as long as you have discipline, you're consistent, and you have the right framework for success, right? Like take me as an example. I never thought trading was possible. I never knew people made money with trading, but my dad was my mentor. He gave me the right framework for success. From there, I worked hard every day. I stayed consistent. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even give others the opportunity to doubt me. And I stayed resilient, and boom, literally 3.5 months later, I started making money with trading. And now 5 years later, this is what I do full time. You know, I day trade, and this is the way that I live my life. And I don't even tell people nowadays that I trade. When people ask me what I do, I just say that I do stocks. That's it. I don't even tell people I trade or invest. I just say, yeah, I'm in the stock market. And that's all I say, because I don't need other people's doubt. You know what I love? Even now that I'm profitable and I've been consistently profitable for 5 years, I would talk to like a finance bro and I would tell him, oh yeah, that I day trade. And then he'd be like, oh, day trader, huh? Oh, so aren't you worried about algorithms? Aren't you worried about AI? How are you even beating algorithms in the first place? Oh, like there's no way you're actually doing that profitably. Like, and I'm like, yep, I've been doing it for 5 years, consistently profitable, and they're still doubting me. They're still doubt the fact that I make money with trading just because, I don't know, he works for a hedge fund. People can't wrap around their mind that you don't need a job to make money, that you can make money literally at home day trading. You can. Is it easy? No. Is it simple? Yeah. Like if the overall process is pretty simple, but it's not easy. You need the right framework for success, and you need to work hard, and you need to be on the right path of success, right? You can't be listening to all this like garbage advice on the internet on how to become a trader and trying out different styles of trading, right? That's what my dad did. He had to learn the hard way. He didn't have a mentor. He didn't have the framework for success. He had to figure it out by himself, right? So don't tell anyone that you trade. All in all, if I had to recap this video, don't tell anyone that you trade because they're going to doubt you. And once they doubt you, you're going to doubt yourself. And once you doubt yourself, how can you possibly succeed? How can you possibly succeed if you don't even think you can succeed in the first place? Okay, so don't tell anyone you trade. Work in silence. The only people you should be telling are other traders or other entrepreneurs, and let your results, let your change in lifestyle do the talking. Okay? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you take this advice to heart, and I'll see you guys on the next video.